Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
We went out with everybody, I think the Friday afterwards. We went out to like a 2 o'clock or a 2:30 late lunch, and it's like, what are you going to get, Mike? I'm like, I don't know.
And there's the lovable Sinclair oil dinosaur. She says, great. Thanksgiving being run by Big Oil. Look.
Big Oil. What do they have? Balloons. I didn't get my shot.
Oh, no.
Didn't get my booster shot. All right, thank you. All right. You get home, and because of this request that came from your sister,
Yes.
you're getting crap from your mom.
It's like I walked in with a hooker because
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
For the purposes of teasing, I have to tell you, I'm looking forward to the kicker story on the homepage.
I love, you know what? This is what we like to call a value-added teaser.
It's what I do. As much as it's not all that funny, it is what brings me joy.
I must ask,
And
is it the kind that you're going to have to get a running start to get through it?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so until you said that. Anyway, welcome to the show. I don't know why I had to say that, but
You're excited.
I realized.
Yeah.
I just realized what I'm on. I'm in a dark room. I'm typing away on a keyboard, and anyone looking at me would have seen me go. Anyhow, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are delighted to have you here. New cities this week: Monterey, California; Buffalo, Wyoming; Southington, Connecticut. Wow, Southington. I remember that. Cap d'Ali, France. Cap d'Ali?
Cap d'Ali.
Cap d'Ali.
Yes.
Bonsoir.
Hello.
Merci, Cap d'Ali. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Some similar pronunciation
Red
there.
stick, Mike.
And Gdansk, Poland.
Where my people are.
Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy. Na 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 na. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are so happy, so proud, and so happy to have you along after the what appears to be I feel like a marathon weekend. The abuse I've done to my intestines is significant. It seemed like it was constant. And my progeny was here. I still have some progeny left. My daughter Catherine is still in residence with her boyfriend Dennis. And I posted on Facebook, I just posted bliss because it was that kind of holiday, except for the eating. The eating is something that I am going to remember next holiday when I think about just how I feel. I as far as the stomach is concerned, just feeling. I know I'm fat, and I like to eat bad stuff on occasion, and I probably eat more than my share, and I shouldn't. But I am not. I am accustomed to. Eating for real pleasure and not just eating because it's there. Well, with Thanksgiving weekend, I ate because it was there.
you can't let it go to waste, though.
When you get, we had a controversy with that as well because Thanksgiving leftovers were trashed after 2 days.
Yeah. Do you feel that it makes you feel worse now than it did when you were a younger man? Because I find that.
Yeah, I don't think I thought about it as big a deal. I think it's been more of a deal, the meal itself, in more recent years when I'm having it here. I've had a lot of them here. So, but I want to say this without diminishing people's joy of getting together.
Family.
But I'll give you the menu. All right, the menu we had a giant turkey that my daughter cooked, followed by a corn souffle, which is like a super moist cornbread.
Almost a
and
pudding.
More like
Almost a pudding.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Then stuffing. Then mashed
a white
potatoes.
bread stuffing or a cornbread stuffing?
Maybe a ciabatta bread
Ooh,
stuffing.
ciabatta, nice, very nice.
Then a green bean casserole, which I don't have anything to do with.
That's rooted in
I think it's
tradition,
when-
though.
It's a disgusting 50s and 60s tradition of condensed soups, which you can have, and then
That you eat.
That was it. But I
That
mean,
doesn't sound
Well, you
terrible.
said you were going to make
It's
cranberries.
not terrible.
No.
It's just butter. Oh, I made cranberry sauce,
Yeah.
which was okay. I wouldn't call it my best, but I would say it was okay. But the idea of the of the meal itself is fine. But then afterwards, you kind of go back because you don't have that in your house very often,
Right.
And it's just the idea of overeating. It just I felt, and I continue to feel just meh. All weekend long, I didn't feel, and it's because of my lack of self-control, and then the sugar. By the way, a Costco pumpkin pie that was store-bought,
Ditto.
that went bad quickly, like the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It had mold on top of it.
Were you storing it in the sun?
No, but I mean that means the thing was made
Years ago.
like ridiculously amount of long time
I thought
ago.
they had preservatives forever.
I thought so too, but they were, it was disgusting. So the people and the family and the friends and the folks that came over, joyous, and every moment very pleasant. No big problems at all. But the food just. And then what does Carla make last night? She makes this casserole, chicken heavy, and it's just like I'm ready for. I don't want to go so far as to back myself into a corner and say I'm ready for a salad.
What?
But it was. It just was. I felt bad physically. Really, this is the first Thanksgiving I remember. Where it's like I just felt gross the whole weekend.
I'm with you.
I'm sorry. It's the way I look at it.
I'm with you. And you know what it is that I started to feel like this is too much before my plate was even clear on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And then I subsisted exclusively on Thanksgiving leftovers until Sunday afternoon. That's all I ate.
Oh,
wow.
so you must feel really bad.
Oh, like I've been beaten up, thrown in a hose, and put in a box and locked out away from sunlight.
Because it's just so much fat.
Oh, my God,
and
I know.
Butter and carbohydrates and all the stuff that it's true. Even if you have just the turkey meat, it's loaded. We got a butter ball that's, I think, a walking chemical souffle.
That's what it is, yeah. We went organic. I knew because it was dry. So it.
Oh, no.
He's right.
Don't you
He's
make
right.
it, though?
Yeah, I did. You know what? As I said on my Facebook, there was.
I don't read your Facebook.
I would, but some people do, and I did. I echo so many things that Mike just said. It was so great to have the family under the roof again.
Right.
For the first time to have both kids home, have my mom there. My mom hadn't seen my kids together in months and months and months and months, so she was absolutely ecstatic.
Aww.
And I overcooked the turkey by maybe 5 degrees. And so that's enough on an organic bird to make a big difference.
Speaking of social media, for the people that after the holiday decided, okay, Katie barred the door with cat pictures, take your fucking cat pictures.
Dear.
And please, all right, there was some dude that puts a montage of his cat in very uncreative pose, and it's like, that is wasting space. That ought to be a jailable offense as
On
far
your
as I'm
feed.
concerned.
You're taking a valuable real estate
Jeez.
on my feed with your
Exactly. You're going to get
It's like,
yourself
what is
muted,
that?
cat guy.
God, no, just non-creative, like bad lighting with the cat just there.
Short
It's
hair
like,
or a
your
long hair cat? Was it a decent
I don't
cat?
remember. I don't care. I care less.
I like that that upsets you, though.
Yeah.
I don't like pet. I mean, I've done it. I'm a hypocrite when it comes to posting pictures of my dog.
Well,
I've done
if
that
it's good.
when we first got there. None of them are good. They're just
Maybe sometimes they're cute.
somebody's sleepy for the holiday. Oh, they bite me. Really, I swear to God. I mean, put a funny meme up. At
You
least,
actually, social media wise, you made my Thanksgiving early in the morning. When you texted
how
me,
did that?
you
how did
texted
that?
me about a post I did, and I was so happy. I said, because I was watching the parade, And I just
Rob wins one of the best social media posts of the weekend.
You genuinely made my day.
Here's the you tell me whether I'm right or not. Because Rob, there's with the parade. Rob writes the funniest thing I think that was on Facebook. Al Roker ruins everything, which is the funniest. Because he didn't do anything to ruin
trolling.
it. He's just there.
Everybody.
But it's a beautiful troll. And I laugh out loud when I read this, because I had just gotten done. This is what I'd seen that made it so funny to me. Al Roker arriving at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade by a sidecar in a motorcycle cycle.
The Roker cycle.
Was it really called the Roker cycle?
It's disgusting.
I said this to my family on Thanksgiving morning as we're watching the parade. I am watching that parade, and I am saying to the family that the money they make and the careers they have, and the notoriety that they enjoy, and that these people that work for a national broadcast, the Today Show,
huge.
Absolute top of the mountain as far as broadcasting. When I watch them cover the parade, I say it's almost not worth it. It's all the success. If somebody said, you could take a different path and you could be doing that, much rather be sitting there and throwing darts.
When you're watching the parade with kids, though, it's different. I had my nephew. He just turned 5 years old this weekend, and he was like, he's enamored. He hadn't seen the parade last year. He doesn't know.
It is.
Really?
It is a huge. It's a huge tradition. I mean, I watched it since I was that age.
He was yelling the characters. He's like, "There's Chase from Paw Patrol." I'm like, "Who?"
But it's different.
It's highly political. It's highly political. When I say political, I mean you will see a great marching band, for example, come
That's
in.
What saves it. That's what saves it.
They bring the marching bands in, and you'll get just a sliver of music. But you will get a Disney production, and you will get it from beginning to end with full explanation. It's very political. Who gets the TV
What about
time? I think
Annie?
they pay for it.
And you've got a Harry Connick Jr., who I don't know if that's
now.
prosthetic or he's actually bald.
I think he shaved. For it. It's a big deal.
I didn't watch that much detail of it. It's on in the background.
My favorite moment is that I had it on because we started to cook, fairly early, and it's a great background thing. I do love the marching bands. NBC cannot mic them, but occasionally there's a burst of good music from the marching bands, and then they bring out a huge dinosaur balloon. And Julia, it's early morning, Julia, she's got a very Billie Eilish vibe to her when she comes down, and she says, "What's that dinosaur?" Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I don't know. And I turn it up, and it says, "Brought to you by Sinclair Oil." And there's the lovable Sinclair Oil dinosaur. She says, "Great. Thanksgiving being run by Big Oil." Look.
Big Oil. What do they have? Balloons. I didn't get my shot.
Oh, no.
Didn't get my booster shot. All right, thank you. All right, that's all I'm doing right now.
But it was great to see the angry young college student mad at the oil balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can see that, right? You're like, what's the story with your fossil fuels, your propaganda?
Yeah, she did like Boss Baby, and then she says, "Notice they're not mentioning the voice of Boss Baby, Alec Baldwin." Mm-hmm. She was angry on Thanksgiving
conspiracy theory of Macy's Day Parade, Julia. I would love to hear
I have a conspiracy theory that the big corporations that are tied into this, that who gets the TV time is obviously completely prearranged.
Of course.
They say we're going to give 5 minutes to this segment, and then they're going to whisk people in and out. And I do like when they'll do a scene from a Broadway show, because that to me is a great way to showcase Broadway musicals.
Very
so that's
cool.
Okay
I got to
with
see
me.
one of the people that I saw in Wicked. I got to actually see
on television.
And they do that because, Oscar, it takes a while for the parade to get to the viewing station, so they got to fill time with the musicals.
Well, it's fine. It's
fine.
It's
exactly
just fine.
It's just fine.
And then
everyone's wearing masks, right?
I didn't see a lot of masks. I didn't.
No.
Just in time to get the American variant.
Not American, Omicron.
It's not the American variant, is it? Everybody's been telling me it's the American. Omicron?
Yes.
Omicron.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Unicron from the Transformers universe.
Or Omnicorn.
Yes.
That's right, which is a delicious dish. Oh, no.
Omicron. Omicron. Watch out for the variant. That's enough Billie Eilish for today.
Well,
That's her new album, Two
let-
Cases Spotted.
Look, if you don't laugh, you cry.
Exactly.
Where do you stand as of today, this morning, with information you have been able to glean from various news sources?
I stand with the idea that the level of excitement of the media rivals a mass shooting. They need
There's
something to
public
get
health.
excited
It's
about.
important.
Of course it's important. It's just frustrating to me that that they don't have the answers yet. And I get it, that it takes a while. In the case of this variant, 2 weeks to really button up what the studies say. There is some good news out there. There is some bad news out there. The bad news is everything I'm reading indicates that it's probably more transmissible, highly transmissible, because that's why it's already spreading so quickly. And then I also like the story that says the level of illness is milder than some, but we don't.
We don't know.
Nobody
So we
knows.
don't know anything. But that is not what we heard about the Delta variant. We heard much more severe right
Yes.
away. I remember that. I think we saw that, much more quickly. Those reports were coming through.
As you know, my father's an epidemiologist, and he was actually working all weekend
Because of this American
the Omicron.
Omicron. Okay.
Omicron. It's Omicron.
It's on
Omicron?
Omicron.
It's not Omnicron?
No. It's the Greek letter Omicron.
Omicron.
I've never. I
Hey,
haven't
good to
had a-
have you back. It's
Yeah.
good to have you
Yeah,
back.
no, but this is.
Go ahead and isolate that, Pony.
Yes, please.
No, he's
I
right.
had
Let me
not
say
a
how it's
single
spelled.
person
I just hate
on
when
television
you
say that.
You just mashed the language.
Me?
Really? Yes. Sometimes I want to get it right, and you've been correcting me the whole time,
You've
and
been
now you've been
talking about
correcting
Omicron.
me because I'm making an obvious joke about it, and I don't know how to pronounce it, and that's when I make a joke. But then you're correcting me with the wrong
you
thing.
would
And
think-
I'm no
You
better
would
because
think
I agreed
all
to it.
morning Omicron is what I heard on television.
Omicron. There's no Omni. There is no
What did Matt just say?
Omicron. 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 Omicron.
Yes.
Omicron, Pony, right?
Yes, exactly. Like I'm a crying.
Well, it's not like that at all.
This guy.
Omicron.
He's back.
And there's a female variant called the Momicron.
Omicron.
Look.
You're a cron. We're all a
Okay.
cron.
The new variant.
Yes.
I stand corrected. Which I still, I have some questions about. My father working this goddamn watch. I got to take this thing off.
Oscar's dad was working
Yes.
through the weekend.
And
Well, he is an
locked up
epidemiologist, and
in
he
his
knows
office.
more.
Yeah.
Locked
Right.
up in his office, and I was like, "Hey, is it the fact that you're actually locked up in your office? Does this mean it's bad?"
No, it's like keeping away from the family.
Does he have any? Do you have any intel on
His
what's going
insight
on?
is what you hear on television. And he was talking
Milder?
about. He was talking. This is what I want to glean a little, give you a little more context on. It is milder from the data that we have from the South, from the African nations. It is milder, but it's also
That's anecdotal.
the population from those nations does not have a high propensity for obesity. So it is technically going to be milder because, ideally, the people that are really getting crushed by, well, not ideally, but typically, the people that are really getting affected by any COVID is those with
Existing conditions.
Yes,
Of course.
like
And great if
obesity.
this had come out before we had all that stuffing, Mike.
Like obesity.
And being elderly.
Yes, and in Europe, there's a lot more of that, and there's a lot more of that here in the States, so we don't know yet.
Okay.
We just
All
don't
right.
know.
That's a downer. That's a Debbie Downer
I
right
didn't
there.
mean
but
to bring
that's-
the Debbie Downer
No, but I
up,
certainly understand it. It makes sense to me.
But they are also
it,
saying, if I'm right, that those who are boosted actually have a.
This is what's great.
Please,
if
Oscar.
you're vaccinated and you're boosted, know this. And again, this is ever fluid, but the way I understand it, and what I've been told directly from my father, is that there will be some efficacy from these vaccines that we've already taken. And it's just a matter of what degree to this actual variant. And
these African countries are not as immunized
5
as
to
we
10%, depending on
That's
the nation.
ridiculous.
Yes.
That's insane. And by the way, don't blame the people there because they have not
Access.
had the same access to vaccines that we have had in this country.
And so the broader question is this, and I think maybe we could all take home some sort of peace of mind, is we continue with our mitigation procedures. Where you wear masks when you need to. When you fly, definitely get vaccinated if you can. And for those that can't, you have these therapeutics that are coming to market, especially from Pfizer, that should be as effective with Omicron as it was with Delta and Beta and the original COVID-19. So,
all right. Okay. Well, I'll take that. I think that, we had a fully vaccinated house for our Thanksgiving with 11 or 12 people, and that's a good thing, and everybody was doing fine. I noticed, myself at least, over the weekend, we were getting groceries, and we went to the grocery section of the Target store.
Oh, it's a super Target.
We went to the grocery store, and I, for the first time, and my wife, we walked in, virtually empty store early in the morning and masked up when we walked in. First thing, we didn't, and by the way, it was like, where are the masks? Are they in the car? And then I masked up. It'd been a long time since I'd been really aware of that, but immediately it made me think along those lines. And I would say, even if you are vaccinated, and in my case, boosted, I still wore a mask inside a store.
Agreed.
It might be a good
course.
idea in
Agreed.
close contact. We're going to a rather significant crowd scene deal, and I think my whole family's going to be masked up when we do that.
The insurrection, you're going to that?
No, we're going to the teddy bear toss for the local.
That is. I made a bad joke.
minor league.
I
do love
hockey
that
team.
though. Yeah, I love that.
We got free tickets, and so we're going
up.
to the and we're gonna mask up, but it's scary. But I would say that if you were to look at the population around our area, I think our numbers would be maybe a little better. With the old people, a little better than the national average, which is, where are we nationally? 59% in the United States right now? Is that where we are?
It's under 60, that's for sure.
I think it's under 60.
yes.
Yeah, so
But
it's just
also,
it's weird.
I get at the root of it, it's already being politicized. Never going to stop that. I know
Of course.
that.
No, I mean, there was immediately an attack. Not an attack. There was a sarcastic bunch of media coming out with, we're overreacting. F you. Why? What is wrong with people? Why does it have to be?
Mike, wouldn't it have been great if about a year and a half ago, 20 months ago, we all overreacted? Wouldn't that have been great?
Would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really would have been. But they're already saying that's the media's hyping this and stuff like that. I don't feel hyped at all. I feel I'm getting as many positive stories as negative stories. We said that. But it's real, and they're closing down borders in countries all over the world because of it, including the United States. So anyhow, that just drives me nuts.
For peace of mind, and we'll have new information every day. You're gonna see this news cycle. It's what's going to happen. It'll be all week, and then you're going to see that it's already here in the States, because the odds are that it is.
I think it already is. Yeah.
But for those that are like another year of this, because some people are already discussing that, we've been here. We can get through this, and there's so much more. We have so many more tools in our toolbox. Because if this is actually endemic and becomes like the flu in the long run, where we have multiple vaccines every year, we move forward.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. And I feel safe being fully vaccinated and boosted, and hopefully more Americans will have that access to getting boosted as we move forward. So, keep your fingers crossed. But, with this Omicron, I have to say that I'm really, really disappointed in myself that I ate so much over the weekend. By the way, all the meals were bad. All the meals in my home were bad. They were delicious, but they were bad. There was pot roast. There was that chicken whatever that I know had a condensed soup variant, and
the condensed soup variant.
There was a restaurant where fried food was eaten.
Sure.
Which it just, my acid in my stomach was just overactive the entire weekend. And I have to tell you, I eat normally. My regular eating, I do not have that acid indigestion.
Yeah,
I've had heartburn for like a month.
My body rejected. I took 3 Tums. My body rejected them.
Tums suck. You should take Pepsid AC. You should take Pepsid Complete and not Tums. Tums are absolutely a marketed product.
What I had. It's what I had.
Matt Bloom, Heartburn for a Month is a show title, please.
Heartburn for a month.
Heartburn for a month.
And really, at the end of the day, it's good, But it's and the leftovers are good, but at the same time, you just get your body into this mode where you think you're going to eat. You feel like you need to eat, and you don't need to eat. You don't need to eat. I could not eat until St. Patrick's Day. I'd be fine. I'd just take off a lot of weight. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll fast till St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I'll come in here and it'll be looking like Gandhi in that scene, where it's just have some water, please.
Mike
it's
is
just
draped
nasty.
in a sheet.
I know. Do you feel, Mike, that it's easier to splurge when your family's around because you feel like you're celebrating every day?
You feel like you can throw caution to the wind.
Exactly.
Everyone's home. You haven't seen them in a year, over a year, and
your love
just
language
feel-
is food. So it's like this is what you do.
My
His
love language is food. I think you might be wrong there. The hooch might be the love language, But I didn't do that much of that, really. I didn't do, the totaling except on Thanksgiving. And what do you start? We know what we start with in the O'Mara household. We had some wonderful Kirkland champagne that had been in the refrigerator for months.
Right.
That was another social gathering that we never used it. And so it was like Katie bar the door mimosa time.
Yeah.
And what is that? That is a sugar. It's like a sugar bomb.
Anything that
fizzy,
isn't, Mike, anything that isn't
acidy.
sugar in a mimosa is going to become sugar in your body. It
It's
metabolizes.
just-
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and then it's like, and then we went out with everybody. I think the Friday afterwards, we went out to like a 2:00 or a 2:30 late lunch, dinner early thing, and it's like, what are you going to get, Mike? I'm like, I don't know. But we're blessed to be able to live in a country where we can do this and hallelujah and all that. No, I'm ready to go back to. I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to get
There we
back to
go.
work and just occupy my time without that refrigerator calling my name. Now I'm saying that now at what time is it? It's 9:40 Eastern time as we tape this show. All right. At about 11:40, 12:40, that routine, because I fast, I don't eat until afternoon in most cases when I'm doing things normally. And about that TikTok time, about noonish,
Internet.
it's going to be
Bitcoin.
Well, my daughter's still here. Might as well eat anything. And my daughter's thin, so she doesn't really think about it. And her boyfriend's thin, and it's anyway. I don't feel good. I don't feel good.
Did you?
That was a good Marlon Brando under the chin scratch, Mike. I don't know if that was subliminal or not.
This has been. I've been thinking about this all weekend. What about the CBDs?
Glad you mentioned that. The gummies?
Yeah.
Took the gummy last night. I feel rested. Even if I get limited amounts of sleep. My sleep that I get is quality sleep. Do I think this is the be-all, end-all gummy? I don't know. Not sure I want to go back to the company where they lied about Kevin Costner. Not sure I want to do that, but I have been eating their product.
And you're
I've been
running
eating
out.
their gummies. I feel... I feel good. It's better, of course, if I get 8 or 9 hours.
Sure.
I got 6 or 7 last night, maybe 6. And but yeah, it's kind of a part of the routine now, sliding into the routine. But
Did you do it
ridiculously expensive?
over the weekend too? With the Okay, good.
Yeah, part of the thing. And they're,
Routine.
and they're gummies. Goo goo gaga.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
Americans. We like the gummy candy. Eat the candy, make you feel good. I felt pretty good with the whole deal. What's the deal here, Wade?
Hey, deal. What's your deal,
There's
Wade?
one thing I was going to say. I had never sat down and watched the entire third Godfather ever.
What was your
And
take
I have
on
to
it?
say, I cannot. I know. I remember I skipped it because I read enough reviews of
Right.
it that were so horrific. But then I looked at it on Rotten Tomatoes and was getting 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. I looked at it after I was about a third of the way through it because I'm like, how in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, can you possibly give that 60%? That abomination, that cartoon.
It is a
that
cartoon.
cartoon.
I saw it in
parody,
the theater when it
like
came
a parody
out.
read. Oh,
And
you did? You saw it in the
when
theater?
When it came out, and I walked out of the theater like this, hands laced over my head. I said, I don't know what I just saw. I
It was
can't
horrible.
imagine what it was really bad.
And it was Pacino.
Yeah.
He's the main culprit because he made a pivot after Michael Corleone, and it was he smiled. He doesn't smile in either one of the first
I
two
know,
Godfathers,
I
and he's
know.
smiling on. And he's already done.
Well, the problem with it is they shot the
worst movie I've ever seen. It's
Mike,
terrible.
They shot the entire third Godfather picture after Thanksgiving dinner, and they all felt horrible.
It was, it was fascinating. I couldn't tear myself away from it.
Right.
So bad, you just had to look at the train wreck. But really, I mean, when you see, the different when you see Andy Garcia doing scenes friends with Sofia Coppola.
Yeah.
You know, what type of Francis Ford Coppola, what type of crack was he on when that
Nepotism
happened
at its worst.
What's that?
Nepotism
at its
Yeah.
worst. But I mean, if you're going to take your horrible acting daughter, who's a good director and a horrible actress, and you're going to wheel her in with an actor that is going to lift her up a little bit. No, who do they put her in with? The guy that almost ruined The Untouchables.
Yes, exactly.
Andy Garcia, who is just like, I don't know what was going on there. I do not know what. And, you know, they wheel out Diane Keaton, too, to do some scenes. Oh, my God. And then I realized, wow, everybody's older because that movie was 1990.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's
Yeah.
amazing to think that I went my whole run and not, because when you look at we also watched The Godfather 2, and you look at The Godfather 2, which is an absolute, holds up.
Do you
just
think
astonishingly holds
Do
up?
you
It's
think it's
spectacular.
better than one? I go back and forth.
Absolutely.
Oh,
No,
really?
No
Really?
question. Yes.
Because the first
much greater drama.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
the
he kills
first-
his own brother.
But
Come
the
on.
first 30 minutes of one is like the greatest 30 minutes of movie making ever done.
But the thing about, you mean in the old timey when the guys
In the wedding.
walking along?
In the wedding.
Oh, the wedding scene. The wedding scene
that's
starts
like
with one.
perfect. Everything through to the horse head
it's
is
great.
so perfect.
But I will tell you, it's just the drama at the end where Michael has just ruined
And
everything.
they're magical
It's
together.
spectacular.
They really are
Yes.
great together. They are.
You mean Keaton and
no, the two
and
movies,
Pacino?
but Keaton and Pacino, yeah, but the two movies, 1 and 2 together are perfect.
But I just sometimes you wonder. Look, I'm all for. I know you can't keep up the brilliance when you create one of the great masterpieces in cinematic
Not with
history.
Garcia.
But how does that happen? How does that happen? Is he just cloudy? Is he soft? Is he? Well, I mean, it's the same guy that made both movies, and you just even the staging is different. The acting is different.
Probably
It's amazing.
a lot less oversight and a lot less questioning involved when somebody has two massive hits like that.
Yeah.
They let them do what they want, and then who knows if there's a different producer that didn't work on the show.
He
I have a
needed
theory.
money.
I have
he
a
needed
theory
money
on what
for the
happened.
for the winery too.
Yeah, well, he was doing that too, but
Yeah.
I have a theory on the whole disintegration of The Godfather with the third episode, with The Godfather 3. Carbohydrates did it.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking that because it's Thanksgiving, but I think you can chalk it up to carbs.
You know, the thing happened
complex
also with
carbs.
the third Police Academy. It wasn't as good.
Oh, God.
5 was terrible. 3 was okay.
1 was terrible. We'll take a break, and we will come back with the homepage right here. You,
Oh, the
ladies and
kicker,
gentlemen.
Mike. The kicker's coming.
Oh, yeah. Boy, how exciting. We'll take a break and be right back on the show.
Hey kids, where do you want to go for dinner?
Now, Jim Amato is going to sell a veggie burger.
Amato burgers.
I love beef, but I'll take this.
You'll not believe the incredible Mike O'Mara burger.
This Amato veggie burger is fantastic.
Oh, God, these are good.
Welcome to Amato's, Pittsburgh's favorite
It
burgers.
says 100% guaranteed, you moron.
At Amato's, we pack our burgers with top quality cuts of beef and prepare everything with tender love and care.
Did they teach you that here, Brad?
If you're hungry for laughs, why not try the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show? Supersize the fun with a yearly subscription at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Yeah, don't just stare at it, eat it.
Oh, dear.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, when it comes to losing weight, there's a lot of pressure to label foods good or bad. And for example, in my refrigerator over the weekend, it was bad,
like Frankenstein would say, bad.
Now, that just creates dilemmas. Noom is here. Right now, you need Noom more than ever. Noom is here to change how we see food with a psychology-based approach that looks not only at what you eat, but also how you eat. And I mean this sincerely. I think this would be a great time for you to try Noom because I think it can help, and I think it can help get you back on track and throw away all that ridiculous guilt that you have like I do. I know Noom helps me with that because it's 10 minutes a day. I can listen to what Noom gives me, and especially now with the holidays, just with Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, you can throw away the guilt or regret. Noom will empower you to keep going. They customize a program for you based on your personal goals. No food is totally off limits if you have an off day or several off days, as many people probably did. Relax. Noom gently helps you get back on track. Noom only asks for 10 minutes of your day to teach you about your eating habits and check in on your progress. You don't need rules to lose weight. Noom's approach helps you better understand your relationship with food, how to be more mindful of your habits, and gives you the knowledge and support you need for long-lasting change. I love Noom. Oscar loves it. Carla loves it as well. Noom rocks, and I think you'll agree. There's a science to getting healthier. It's called Noom. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/TMOS. That's Noom. Let me start that again. That's Noom.com/TMOS. And I think now more than ever, you should give it a chance and check out Noom, everybody.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and sorry, Texas, Matthew McConaughey. Hey, all right. He will not be your. He will not be your next governor. Kind of bummed at this news. Got to be honest with you. Think he could have won. In a new Instagram video, he says that's a path that he has, quote, chosen not to take at this moment. But he wants you to continue doing everything you can, and he will do everything he can to be most useful in this life going forward. He says, quote, we have some problems we need to fix, that our politics needs new purpose, that we have divides that need healing. We need more trust in our lives. We got to start shining a light on our shared values, the ones that cross party lines and the ones that build bridges instead of burning them. Thank you, Matthew. So how's he going to do that? He said, quote, I'm going to continue to work and invest the bounty I have by supporting entrepreneurs, businesses, and foundations that I believe are creating pathways for people to succeed in life. All right. Organizations that have a mission to serve and build trust while also generating prosperity. That's the American dream. And maybe I'll make a few movies while I'm at it. I added that. He didn't say that. That's not written down.
I would have loved to have seen
up.
campaign posters of him with pictures from Dazed and Confused.
Oh, all his movies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like Arnold.
Yeah.
It worked for him.
Look.
Camaro.
Do you not feel like I feel is that with our former president, with Donald Trump winning the presidency, anyone can do it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think we could get anybody in there.
I think we're still holding out for The Rock, right?
Yeah, bring on the celebrities. And I love the viral video of The Rock giving his truck away.
Yes.
Over the weekend. It was spectacular, and it was fun.
Wonderful moment.
Mm-hmm. And it was a great moment. It was really fun to watch that. Well, first, LeBron James got suspended for smashing Isaiah Stewart in the mouth. Got him all bloody. Really nasty fight. He's a Detroit Piston, by the way. Now, not LeBron, Isaiah Stewart. Now LeBron has been fined for obscenity, and I watched the tape of this, and he deserves it. On Wednesday night versus the Indiana Pacers, LeBron drained a three-pointer and then hopped away. He hopped, grabbing his crotch. It was not your, like, Michael Jackson crotch grab. This was him bouncing up and down. They're kids in a ball game. You know, it's nasty. For that, he has to shell out $15,000. That's nothing for LeBron.
Yeah, but the last time I did it, you and Oscar both thanked me.
Yeah, I know. Well, you do it after every show.
Every show.
But there are no kids around.
And then I gestured to the door.
And
this
ran.
way.
And ran as well as you can, ran. I wouldn't describe it as a run. What would you describe it as?
An awkward jog.
A trot.
Okay. Thank you.
A turkey trot.
All right. So this is interesting. As far as LeVar is concerned, LeVar Burton, he put it out there that he wanted to be the host of Jeopardy. And in a recent interview, he's 64. He shared his thoughts about losing the hosting gig. And he, even though fans were rallying him to get into it, he says he put himself out there. He publicly stated that he wanted the job on Jeopardy. He talked to Rolling Stone, and he said, when I didn't get the job, there was a lot of unnecessary concern that I was devastated, when in fact I wasn't. I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't devastated. I think we remember talking about LeVar Burton when we thought he was too nervous and trying too hard.
It was a disappointing audition.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't.
Right. I don't like. By the way, I don't like Ken Jennings either. I want Mayim Bialik to come back. I like her.
Yeah.
Mayim Bialik. LeVar said, as a public personality, who you are is commented on and subject to the whims of people who don't know you. In the age of social media, you have access to the good and the bad, the ugly of what people think about you, like seeing on my Twitter, oh, he was terrible.
Yes, well, there is that.
He was the worst of all the guest hosts. He's S the bed.
No.
Said, I don't think I was that bad. You got to have a thick skin. As Forrest Gump would say, that's all I'm going to say about that. So I think he's still a little bitter. So,
Mike, I have a quick Karnak, if that's okay.
Okay.
Miem Bialik.
Miem Bialik.
What's the first thing Mike said after finishing Thanksgiving dinner?
Stomach. Federal authorities have taken into custody a 26-year-old man who apparently stowed away in the landing compartment of an American Airlines flight. Did you happen to see this video of this guy?
I did.
That came in from Guatemala? Oh, my God. I mean, it's incredibly rare to survive this just on the hypothermia aspect alone. It's just incredible. He was in the wheel well area when the flight arrived in Miami. They reported the man hitched a ride inside the landing gear of American Flight 1182, and it was met by law enforcement due to a security issue. The video shows the guy kind of staggering around. They're helping him to sit down on the tarmac. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers took him into custody, and medics took the man to a hospital for an assessment. It's incredibly dangerous to do this. Obviously, they didn't say whether the man will face any charges or what will happen to him when he's released from the hospital. While he appeared to have weathered the trip, by NBC Miami's estimates, it wouldn't have been easy. Temperatures in the landing gear area likely dropped to around 100 degrees below zero.
Oh, my God.
Which is pretty, yeah.
I always wonder with these guys, Mike, and it's people are
dropped 100 degrees, not 100 degrees below zero.
Oh, it dropped
100 degrees by the time he got up there in
it's
the
freezing,
wheel well.
Comes back down. You're in Miami, Mike. Do you know? And we've never actually seen the video of the wheels coming down, and I don't know if the guys just stowed up in the little hutch up there, or they're holding on to the wheel and they go down with the wheel and then they come up with the wheel.
I heard a guy interviewed and they said that when it's closed, it's about 1 foot of coverage.
Really?
Yeah. So, but especially under turbulence, he said it's almost unfathomable that he was able to survive.
Wow.
The 3 ways people buy the farm, it's hypothermia, I think, number 1. They freeze to death. Number 2 is they get crushed by the apparatus coming into the plane. And number 3, they actually fall out. So those are the, that's why I said, the time I did, I said, man, how was your trip? I said, I like to fall out.
Southwest issues a statement. They said, hope you enjoyed business class.
Give me more nuts. A California town has been overrun by peacocks.
Oh, no.
I've heard the peacocks are a pain. I've heard this because they're loud. The colorful birds are clamoring on housetops, gathering on people's lawns and porches, and defecating all over, according to the reports. They will definitely make a home out of your home. The peafowl, that's what they call the male versions, they are reproducing and causing property damage, stomping on the roofs. I mean, that is crazy. Remember I was talking about a sandhill crane down here. It's another large bird. Kind of looks like a peacock without the giant feathers, and they just tear up turf. They could do an amazing job on doing it. Yes. They came from a local dairy, which has since closed. They first started hanging around residential areas decades ago when families began feeding them. And now there are 30 of them who won't leave. And they're not shy. Sometimes they get a little close and they'll charge. That's according to a postal worker. The city has just signed a $30,000 contract with a wildlife services company to have the birds humanely removed. That might make for some good video. I'd watch trying to catch them.
Yeah, you know what you could watch it on is the Peacock Network.
Peacock. I get it. That's a joke. I get joke. And now a little something, something. A webcam model who accidentally shot herself in the vagina while recording a video at her home miraculously survived the shooting. The model, her name is Lauren Hunter Damon. She is 27. She was alone in her room when the firearm was discharged. Police arrived at the scene to find a paramedic who was holding an unloaded handgun and a spent 9mm bullet, telling them that the victim had accidentally shot herself in the vagine. Gun owner Jordan Allen told police that he rushed into the bedroom from the kitchen after hearing a gunshot. Alan said that the lady had a small amount of blood on her leg, and she was apologizing when he came into the room before she went on to explain that she had shot herself down there by mistake. He told authorities that she has subscribers on a sexual web platform called Chatter. Is your friend Schmosker familiar with this?
Schmantana has heard of a place called Chatterbait. I don't know if Chatter is known as the short version for that site, but it could be. We could deduce that it may be.
It's a clever pun, that Chatterbait. Yes.
One of her roommates, Addie Ruth Johnson, confirmed that the model had shot herself. Damon was taken from her home to the Upson County Sheriff's Office, where a helicopter then airlifted her to a hospital for treatment. Authorities have classified the incident as reckless conduct, and it is unlikely that they will press any charges. Lauren is expected to recover, although she may make a whistling sound when she goes jogging. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. That's what I was looking for.
Exactly where you were headed, but I love the destination.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here she is again. There she goes. Wearing those loose satin pants. We got to get out of here. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more of whatever right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
All aboard! We're taking this train to Soundtown.
Audio sounds of refined sound around on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Rob Spiewak!
Downtown, for those in the know, our favorite part of the show. Rob's fun audio.
Oh no!
Soundtown, just tune into the podcast every day and you can listen. Share it with your friends so they can hear what they are missing. How can you lose? The sounds are hilarious there. You can't forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. Go to Soundtown. Things will be great. Go to Soundtown.
Nice voice.
Nice, right?
Soundtown. It's on the air waiting for you. Soundtown. Soundtown.
Look at Oscar's face.
I like it. I listened to it yesterday.
No, you don't. You don't.
No,
like it.
I had to remember. I preview.
You're smirking. You're
I
smirking in that
preview
special.
all
He does.
of the promos now because we can't judge his. Apparently, you can't judge my taste either.
Can you turn that down? That music? What's that music?
That's for the commercial.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I just got all distracted by the promo.
Don't be distracted.
I lack professionalism.
No.
Not at all.
This portion
It's the
of
gummies.
the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you, baby, it is. Aura. The way you use the internet has changed dramatically over the last decade. I want to tell you about something I use called Aura. Sadly, security tools have not caught up. They haven't stayed up with current technology, so they've stayed the same. Aura, A-U-R-A, they provide complete digital security to help protect your online accounts, finances, and devices, and more, all in one easy-to-use app. Aura provides digital security protection to keep you safe from online threats. It's all-in-one protection from identity theft, financial fraud, malware, scam sites, and so much more. With Aura, you'll get alerted to fraud and threats fast. Aura is easy to set up, and all plans come with $1 million in identity theft insurance to help recover your stolen funds. Plus, Aura has experienced U.S.-based customer support that's got your back. Aura is a new type of security service that protects all of your online information and devices with one simple subscription. Aura keeps you in control and guides you through solving any issues. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners up to 40% off plans when they visit aura.com/TMOS. Go to aura.com/TMOS to get complete protection and savings of up to 40%. That's aura.com/TMOS. So it was a good Thanksgiving at the Spiewak's house, and it was a good Thanksgiving to a point at the Santana household. So
Yes,
we
yes.
have to really
were met.
I would like to start with.
we lead, of course, Rob, with the negative. So
yeah,
we have
yeah.
to go
Of course,
defer to your brother over there.
Yeah. Of
As far as first of all, congratulations on having a completely sober Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah. It's I
Wow,
think
very well
two Wednesdays
done.
ago, right?
Yeah,
3
about
Wednesdays
right.
ago now.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't even know why it moved me. It just, for some reason, it did. The amount of, we did the wild math on how much you could have saved if you stopped drinking, and And it struck me. I was like, well, let's see if I can do this once again without any medical ailments stopping me from drinking, right?
To choose to stop drinking.
I can choose. I'd like to choose for once in my life.
Well, and so you have you hopped on the wagon about over a week ago.
No,
right?
Almost 20 days now, it feels like.
20 days. Congratulations.
Yes.
How do your body detoxing?
I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know. You're much more efficient. We all know this. Like you're not poisoning your body every day. A lot more clarity. You get a lot more done. And there's no even during the holiday. And I could see the disappointment in my brother-in-law's face when I said, He goes. What are we drinking? I said, not me. Taking a break. And he said, everything okay? And I said,
it is the biggest.
Did he drink without you?
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
It is. Well, he's also not. No.
You don't
knocking back 10 beers or something.
No.
But the idea of doing this, I did it. I was on the wagon for a good chunk of time when I visited my sister when they came to Florida down in the Keys, and I remember it was kind of a thing. And everybody's usually cool about it, but it is still a thing where you have to kind of explain it, and it's one of the negatives where you have to go through.
Didn't want to make it about me. I legit said. I explained to them that on the show. I said, thanks for listening. You don't care, obviously. We did some wild math, and it just kind of, for some reason or another, it struck me how not just financially wasteful it is at times to be a casual, even binge drinker. But then once I started just diving into seeing as a challenge for myself, if I could just stop for a while, it felt like I was, I felt better. So I'm going to keep rolling with it until maybe Christmas. Who knows?
So the idea is that what motivated you was seeing this this story about how much people spend if they drink regularly.
Correct.
And then right away you thought, well, I feel pretty good. And now you're, is there any long-term plan? I know you're a planner. Is there any long-term plan?
I'd like to make it to
this is gonna last?
Christmas if possible.
That's easy.
It was
and then he'll hit the nog really hard.
It was difficult when everybody was drinking like wine at Thanksgiving for me,
Right.
and I had my whatever seltzer water, whatever was available, and I
A
was
soft seltzer,
I was
Mike.
like,
We have to specify nowadays.
Yeah, not a hard seltzer.
that was weird at first, and then you get triggered by like, oh, I don't want to deal with my family drama. Almost went there.
Almost?
And this is where we come full circle. The holidays were amazing. My sister came in with her entire family from Los Angeles. My brother came in from Boston with their entire family. So we were all under one roof. My father was in town for the first time in what was 2.5 years. We did.
Where does everybody shack up when they all come?
My parents' house. There's enough room. God bless them. Yes.
You actually all cram into that house.
Yeah. If you recall, my mom.
Well, Mike, be fair. He crams into his own house every night. There's barely room.
My mother
no hassle for him at all.
That's right.
My mother keeps our childhood bedrooms intact from when we left.
You still have your Farrah poster up?
But let me see if we're talking about everybody here. We are now talking about your brother and sister-in-law.
Yes.
And you're talking about your sister and brother-in-law.
Yes.
And you're talking about two kids with one family.
Yes.
And one kid with another family.
Yes.
Right? So that's a lot of, there's just a lot of people.
There's 3 bedrooms upstairs, not including my parents. That's taking care of all the adults.
And you sleep in the basement?
No, I actually go back to my childhood bedroom upstairs, and the kids go downstairs in the basement where they have 2 other bedrooms.
Oh, okay. So there is plenty of room for everybody.
Oscar,
That's sweet.
I don't want to derail, and you've mentioned it before, but can you give us a thumbnail of the preserved childhood bedroom?
My sister's.
No, yours.
My sister's room looks like what my sister's room looked like when she left the home after her rotation at Georgetown.
Okay, so probably more mature.
A little more mature. My bedroom still has the Animal House poster of Bluto with this college sweater.
I know the picture, yeah.
Behind the door.
That's great. I love that that's on your wall.
I have
that's very cool.
all the race, like the Porsche, what it looks like, almost like every Porsche model of the year. poster on the back, on top of my my bedroom.
Okay, so poster.
Car posters. I have inside the door closet one of those Spencer scantily clad women. When you open up, like one of those
Spencer
models,
Gifts, yeah.
Spencer Gifts, still there.
And you kept all this on the walls.
My mom does not touch our rooms because she was expecting
like
us
a
to come
shrine.
back. It's a shrine,
Yeah,
right?
it's like Graceland.
Wonderful.
And I have everything from schools. I got all my Taekwondo medals up. It's hilarious. It is funny.
All the medals?
Oscar Santana's suburban kid.
Yeah.
Here's my Taekwondo. I love it.
Shannon's like, what are these medals? And I was like, I used to be athletic. And she said,
you know what? So not alcohol did not touch your lips.
But
all right, so we have to tease this because we have to take another break here. I want to come back, but there was just a little.
It was too much
family
happiness.
drama.
Too much happiness. It's too much happiness. Where I sat and I remember looking at Shannon and said, "Look, no drama. Holidays, no problem." She said, "Well, it's only Wednesday," and that night,
Wednesday night,
explosion of explosions, the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay, very good. So we got the drama. We got the family dramedy. That's very exciting. We'll take a break. When we come back,
Wednesday,
we'll find out exactly what
over
happened.
fast food.
Oh, you mean so the night before the? You didn't even make it to the
almost
Thanksgiving
ruined
table.
Thanksgiving.
That's fabulous. We didn't have any of that. You didn't have any of that,
No,
did you?
none at all.
Right? Everybody behaved themselves.
Everybody,
right?
even
He's
Henry.
the only one that brought it. You know, we got to work harder next year, Rob. We'll be right back.
Dennis Murphy hung around Podville Media and tried to break into broadcasting, but his natural speech proved to be a huge obstacle. Then one day, he would later tell his biographer, the voice of God told him to take diction lessons, and his whole life changed.
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Dennis practiced faithfully for many months, and through diligence and perseverance, it was only a question of time before he emerged a major star.
Good evening, and cheers to you all out there. Welcome to Murphy's Musings. I'm Dennis Murphy. Our broadcast is sponsored this evening by the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Frightfully witty, uncensored content every week. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and purchase a subscription so you never miss a minute of the fun.
Bing. There he is. And by the way, Cyber Monday for us is the bonus show. So if you
please.
would like to,
Great day to buy it.
participate, and you're hopping around on different sites and you're checking things out, please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and get yourself a bonus show for you, or better yet, for somebody you want to gift it to. It makes for hysterical added content on the Mike O'Mara Show, and it supports your favorite podcast. So we thank you for that. Big news in shoes. Rothy's is now selling men's sneakers and men's driving loafers. Even more big news, they just launched premium merino wool shoes for fall. Merino wool is nature's perfect material, soft, comfortable, machine washable, and sustainable, available in cool colors and classic styles you want to wear everywhere. Plus, Rothy's men's shoes are made from 100% recycled materials, even the laces. It's no wonder Rothy's best-selling men's shoe, the driving loafer in navy, gets a 5-star review from almost every customer. And if that wasn't enough, Rothy's just launched their collection of accessories for men. That includes wallets, carry bags, card cases. Rothy's has all your essentials and all fully machine washable, just like their shoes. Rob Spiewak bailed on his Birks for his Rothy's to help you enjoy the cool weather in style. Rothy's is doing something special. They gave us the chance to share this opportunity with our listeners for a limited time. Right now, you can get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/TMOS. That's ROTHYS.com/TMOS. Head to rothys.com/TMOS to find your new favorites today. So, well, I'm proud of you. I think it's great that you're not, doing the alcohol consumbut for whatever period of time.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
good.
not calling
it's good
it
to
a
clean yourself
cleanse.
out.
It's just one of
It's
these
great.
things you're like, let's see what happens.
But you didn't even make it to the holiday without some sort of big deal
And
going
I was set
on,
up,
right?
Mike. I was set up like a crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday evening for us, traditionally, if family's in town, we have a wonderful dinner it's set apart from Thanksgiving. It's just a different dinner, but it's a family dinner.
You're all there.
Everybody around the table
We're
together.
all there.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
My sister calls me Wednesday afternoon as I was outside of the house running some errands and says, "Do you mind picking up some Chick-fil-A for the kids, because
Kids
by the
love
kids I
it.
mean 5-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 16-year-old.
Okay.
And
Which one is 16 now? I almost
Luca. Luca's now 16.
Can you
yes.
believe Luca is 16?
It's amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Time
I
flies.
don't pick anything up for Luca because he's got an adult palate. I suppose. I just pick it up for the kids. I show up with Chick-fil-A because I figured this is what everybody signed off on. My mom looks at me like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I brought Chick-fil-A for the kids." And she says, "But I cooked dinner." And I said, "Yeah, but they're kids." And
So let me stop you right there.
yes.
Just to be accurate here. This is a phone call that has come from your sister.
My older sister.
You've been
That
instructed what to do. Yeah.
Is it a ridiculous imposition? But this is not pick up some butter or milk at the grocery store. This is, this is go get, buy and provide a dinner.
And go through the longest drive-through
it was
in
the longest
town.
drive-through in the
Kid you
history of
not,
drive-thrus.
a 30-minute process.
Yeah, exactly.
Chick-fil-A has, for some particular reason, I guess they're the biggest sellers because they are constantly inundated. But anyway, and then you get home, and because of this request that came from your sister,
Yes.
you're getting crap from your mom.
It's like
because
I
you
walked
brought that.
in with a hooker because for someone that, and I could understand that, for someone that just had slayed the entire day in the kitchen, spend and have they have
I
a
understand
meal,
where your mom's coming from.
and then I walk in like all like festive with a big satchel of Chick-fil-A.
By the way, what is the fare for the evening? What are you going to be? What has your mom been
She's
slaving
got
away at?
filet. Like a beautiful steak laid out. She's got potato. She's got a nice salad. It's like it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I get it. I get it.
And she already had made some side dishes for the kids.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, so you were unaware of that. So did this discussion occur at all when your sister asked you about Chick-fil-A?
So this is what the beautiful part is, and this is when you're young. I walk into what is a trap. And I didn't know it was a trap. I didn't know I was set up. I didn't know what happened. Right? Just like Mayor and Barry. And I put the satchel food down. I said, "Kids, food's here." My mom looks at me from the dining room where she's finishing putting the food down. And she's like, "Keh?" And I'm like... At that point, I see my sister, because you can see from the dining room to the family room across the way of their vast house, and I see my sister pop up, and she looks at me, and she does the saucer eyes, like something's up, like mom's in a bad mood. So at this point, my mom starts going off on me.
Oh. And what's your sister doing?
It's like you're in a car accident. Everything's in slow motion. I'm waiting for my older sister to swoop in and like, "Woo, I called him. I said, do this for him, please. He's not disrespecting you and your cooking." That did not happen.
She backed into a bush?
Yes.
Yeah.
The airbag I was hoping for did not deploy. It was faulty. So I stood there and took the S sandwich for, I kid you not, 15 minutes. Of how I'm disrespecting, I'm always selfish, and I'm
Is it a code? In my home, if that's happening, I'm immediately
deflecting.
That bus is coming, and I am sprinting with my sister to throw her under it. That's the way that's going to go down.
I felt like maybe something else had happened, so maybe I didn't want to. I don't know. If my mom was in that bad a mood to like really turn on me, then I was like, well, maybe something else had happened that I wasn't aware of. So I was taking it for the team, right?
That's an amazingly generous thing to do for your sister.
Did you at least make eye contact with your sister?
The whole entire time I'm getting yelled at. I'm like,
help!
I'm looking left, right, like hello.
Are you looking at her like?
Yeah.
Can you help me out here?
And then my mom says, "Why are you looking at Tatiana?" And I'm like, never mind. Like, it's just, you got nothing, right? Because I'm stuck there.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're just being
a gentleman.
Pretty selfless
Truly
to do
a
that.
selfless gentleman.
Yeah.
And Tatiana's giving you, like, I have no intention of taking. It's weird.
It was strange.
It would never happen in my house.
But I put it in my back pocket, right?
No. Now, I have a question. While you're taking this, and I know you have to just stand there and take it, at least in your mind, are you thinking about, this is a hell of a way to start even before the holiday has begun?
I just was like, I'm 43. I'm the CEO of a media company. What is happening right now? Like,
you're being thrown under the bus, and no one's rescuing you.
Yes. My mom storms upstairs crying because I've disrespected. Like, it is
really, it's a big deal.
Yeah, but if I'm cooking all day and and that's my love language is food for her.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an overreaction. And you did you at any point say, that's all right, we'll put the Chick-fil-A to the side?
I'm a man of action. I said, Mom, my mistake. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Throw it right in the trash. Like, I took the satchel and threw it in the trash. I said, you're right. I should have called. I should have figured that out. And then the little boy comes upstairs, little Sebastian. He's like, "Is my Chick-fil-A here?" He's like, super sweet kid. I'm like,
"Is Mom there? Is Mom there when he comes up and says that?"
Yeah. My mom is walking up the stairs. She goes, "Dalelo," like, give it to him. So then I went right back in the trash. I dusted off the satchel. I said, "There you go." So
right out of the trash.
Went through the dinner awkwardly. Then let dinner pass because I'm an adult. And then I pull my sister to the side. Dinner was fine.
The dynamic between you. Where were you seated at the table in reference to your mom?
Across from my mother is where I sit. It was awkward for me the entire time.
Yeah.
Because she's giving me the eyes, right? She's like, "You little bastard. You think you can do whatever you want." Like, she's thinking. And we get through dinner. Not pleasant for your boy, but everyone else is laughing and guffawing and enjoying their wine. And that's when I almost drank. I was like, you know what am I doing being sober? This sucks. And then... But I kept it even Steven.
The Thanksgiving special on CBS, Mike, the night I almost drank.
That I said to my sister in private as she went upstairs to her childhood bedroom, I walk in and I said, "Hey, what about what happened before dinner?" And she goes, "Well, I figured at that point the damage had been done."
Wow.
I said, "Oh my God, I don't know if to be mad at you or mad at you because this is not the way you roll. Like, you called me, you asked me. I wasn't thinking about Chick-fil-A. I don't want to rot for 30 minutes in a drive-thru. It's the worst thing ever."
Am I missing something cultural here? Am I missing, because this in an Irish family or
I think
a Jewish family,
a normal
or an
family.
Italian family, the guilt and blame is the life's blood of sibling relationships. You immediately, without hesitation, you take your sibling out of the foxhole and throw them into the machine gun fire instantaneously, without
absolute definitive Jackie Gleason point to your sister. Just boom.
And she, even after the fact,
I got nothing.
The damage was done, and yet to you it was.
Wow.
I like that my brother came because it was a family powwow in our childhood sister's bedroom, where he's like, "Hey, why did you get Chick-fil-A? Like, Sebastian will eat anything." And I said, "That's what I thought."
Hold on. Now the husband comes in?
My brother.
Oh, your brother.
Father
Jose
of the
comes
child.
in. So the three siblings come in.
Yes.
And now Jose's picking on you and giving you crap?
Because he doesn't know. I said, "Hey, our sister told me to pick some up." He goes, "Yeah, but Sebastian will eat anything. He likes Chick-fil-A, but he would have eaten what my name made."
That goes over. You are abused, my friend.
Which came to the root of it.
Abused.
The root of it. You know who the picky eater is?
Who?
Not Sebastian. It's my niece. My niece is the picky eater. God bless her. I love her so much. But my niece is the picky eater, which is my sister's daughter. So it was a pyramid of get something for the baby and the kids, but it was just for my niece.
It was
even
a
when
facade,
Jose
a
comes
deflection.
in,
Yeah.
Yes.
But even when Jose comes in, there's no accountability. There's no owning up from your sister.
That's where it came to the root of it. I was like, I said to my sister, "Hey, not for nothing. I'm not very mad. I'm confused. I thought the baby wanted this." And she goes, "Well, like, you know, so-and-so's," because my niece is my daughter's a picky eater, so I just didn't want to tell Mom.
That's not relevant. What's relevant is the sister made the request.
Exactly, and that should have been at the forefront of it.
All you need.
Agreed. I got burned 10 ways to Sunday. I'm the youngest. I'm a beaten man. I just said to them, "Well, next time someone calls, I'm not answering because I'm just going to do what I need to do and stay out of the fray."
And
Bottom line.
Did she at all?
My brother got bent out of shape. He's like, "You put him in a bad spot. Why would you do that to him? You know, Mom, she's crazy."
Excellent. He came to your He came to bat for you.
My
That's
sister
good.
said, "Well, like, is it that big a deal? It's over now."
I'm mad at your sister. I am actually mad at your sister
The rest
right
of
now.
Thanksgiving was awkward. I still love her, but it was awkward.
She never fessed up.
No. And we grew up in the type of childhood where if one of us got in trouble, we all got in trouble.
Sure.
And if one of us got beat, they beat all of us. So it didn't matter if you were involved or not.
So you literally are taking one for the team.
Yeah, I think is it Munchausen
Did she
syndrome?
show any? Did
Not
she
really,
show
no.
any appreciation for that?
No, she was more like, "This is how we roll" type of situation. But I thought it was strange. Trust me, I get that. I was like, we haven't seen each other in almost a year and a half, and you literally. You threw me to the wolves, right? And she said, "You're being dramatic." And I'm like, I was standing there, and Mom hates me for the next 3 days. She holds a grudge.
All right, I'm going to give you permission.
Yes.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah.
When they're gone, are they
Slasher
back in
tires?
LA?
Yeah.
Have they already?
They're all probably on the way to the plane right now.
They're on the way to the plane. They're going to be gone next time. You got to go over to see your mom this weekend sometime.
Yeah.
This coming weekend.
Yeah.
You lay it all out. Tell her the whole truth. Tell her the whole truth. Just you and her. By the way, I didn't want to upset the family. Do you not think that he should
Mike,
do that?
Here's how it should start. I didn't want to.
If you don't do it, I swear to God, I'm calling your mother over the weekend.
Say, Mama, I didn't want to upset the family, but guess who really hates you?
Yeah. Do you know who requested Oscar pick up the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Tatiana did.
Yeah, Tatiana, your daughter.
Well, I guess at the root of what I'm asking is, say what you mean, right? If you say what you mean, then I can actually prepare for it. I'm not going to walk in waving the satchel of food around above my head being like, look what I did. Here you go.
And by the way, if you wanted the perfect circumstance, the hassle, if there's any, should be identified by your sister with her children prior to any of this going down, which she chose not to do. She wanted you to come in, and then you're clueless to the fact that you're going to be turned into the villain. The villain. We got to take a break. But that's just, I think
feel
that's
for
horrible.
you.
Yeah, it was funny because Shanna even picked up on it. She's like, why is your mom still mad at you? I was like, the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, well, next
3 days
time she
later.
wants, you know what? Next time she wants to check on one of her slumlord condos, you just tell her your son you're busy.
I'm busy.
all right?
At Chick-fil-A.
I'm a
You're
chick.
going
I'm in
to a
line.
basketball game or something. We'll be right back, everybody. God.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Miss one episode, and you miss a lot.
This is excellent.
It's like the worst porn I've ever seen.
just-
a look behind
what
the
did I
scenes.
do? What did I do? Oh, no.
You want a drumstick? You want
I love beef, but I'll take this.
It's fantastic.
Tom, do you go out and do clinics? I go to clinics.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show is your only chance to get that 5th episode of TMOS every week, and it's sent to your device every Friday. Get a subscription today or gift one for the holidays. It's another great way to support TMOS. Click that bonus show banner now and get laughing. It's all at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Very good. There you go, everybody.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Public.com. Have you ever noticed how difficult and confusing it can be to start investing? There are so many barriers to get started, especially with cryptocurrency. One single share can cost a mint. That's why Oscar and Rob joined Public.com. They can start small with slices of shares and invest in what they believe with any amount. They can also exchange insights with a community of investors. They can build a portfolio with confidence. When you invest on Public.com, you're never alone. Connect with investors from all walks of life to learn new ideas and gain confidence. Choose from thousands of stocks and ETFs, along with 10 popular cryptocurrencies. And Public.com takes your privacy seriously. They don't participate in payment for order flow. That's when brokerages sell your trades to third parties. Public.com, invest with confidence. Start investing with as little as $1 and get a free slice of stock up to $50 when you join Public.com today. Visit Public.com/TMOS to download the app and sign up using the code TMOS. That's Public.com/TMOS and code TMOS. Valid for U.S. residents 18 plus, subject to account approval. See Public.com/disclosures, not investment advice. Before I get to the new, and you're going to like the Soundtown. You're going to love it. I do want to say thank you to my both my daughters for not only being so helpful to us all weekend, but really taking my son. Catherine and Dennis took my son yesterday on the most amazing airboat tour. Do you want to lean in and say hi to the guys real quickly? Oh, there she is. Good timing. Good timing with you. Come on over. Come on over. Hi. This is the other daughter right here.
Hey, Good
there
to see you.
she is.
Happy
Say
Thanksgiving.
hi.
Thank you.
Can you hear? Oops, sorry. I just hit you in the nose. Can you hear?
Now she can hear.
Sure.
All right. Very good.
Hello.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you guys.
You made
Thank
your
you
father's
for all the
Thanksgiving.
help this weekend and taking, my little man around. It was great.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I'm just making some coffee.
Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
How
Did you
loud?
stay up late last night?
How loud are the headphones?
Okay.
No, they're really nice.
Really?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not
They're
loud
really
for her. They're
nice?
not loud for her.
I
The
need to get a
headphones.
pair
Of what?
of these headphones.
Okay. All right.
Christmas is coming.
Happy holidays, guys.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Top golf today. All right.
Top
Where
golf.
did where did they airboat?
Down in the Everglades City, all the way down
so
to Everglades
cool.
City.
It's an amazing
saw a
thing.
12-foot gator.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's an amazing
12-foot
an
gator.
amazing tour when you do and when you see that stuff. Crazy.
It's fun.
Crazy.
So thank you. And your sister was wonderful and they were helpful. And it's just been, as I put, it's bliss. It's bliss to have the whole fam here. And, as you can tell, my daughter is a morning person. That's the way. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding.
It was like looking at Julia again.
What did you say? Oh, that's okay. She said she's shy.
She's on West
You're an
Coast time.
actress, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to play the
Yeah,
thing. Listen
do
to
the
this,
thing.
ladies and gentlemen. Our new Soundtown. Here it goes, all right?
Did you hear that? Listen, what's that sound?
The big sound in the big town. The sound. There's a new sound. Sound.
What a sound.
That's the sound.
Soundtown.
There it is. What do you got for us today, Rob?
Mike, I always like to make you happy, and I made you happy with this last week, but I wanted to bring you the actual tape when the next celebrity has been announced that is going up on Jeff Bezos' rocket.
Oh, God. I have no idea who it is.
I told you, and obviously you were so thrilled you blocked it out. It's Michael Strahan, and I want you to hear how fake enthusiastic the people are on set when he announces it on GMA.
In less than 3 weeks, on December 9th, I will be blasting off in the next Blue Origin space launch. There you go. Going to space.
You're a brave man, Mike.
Oh, they hate him.
They all
This all happened.
Well, Blue Origin, they approached me and they asked if I wanted to be a crew member. And without hesitation, I said yes.
Of course, just like when they asked, do you want to host the pyramid? Yes. Do you want to do anything? Yes, yes, yes.
This,
yes, 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 yes,
crew-
yes, I'll do it. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm happy you picked up on it because the crew does sound like under their breath or inside their like id, their competitive id they say, this mother effer gets everything.
I feel that. It might be us, but I feel that.
And he's going to be the tallest person ever in space, Mike, just so you know.
Is he? Did they say that too?
Of course.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, good.
Meanwhile, let's talk about Ye. Or as
Ye?
you might know him, Kanye West.
Yeezy.
Ye.
Now Ye?
Yeah, he's now Ye. Yay. Ye, the one thing they didn't say when they
Yeah.
found out about Michael Strahan.
So he's feeling remorseful, right? He's
Yes, he is.
feeling,
And he put out an
right.
Instagram video, I believe it was on the gram, about how he wants his family back together. And he issued this pre-holiday, okay?
All I think about every day is how I get my family.
And also, I want to give him credit for using background music. There's a lot of production value here, so that's nice.
No, there's
All I
like
think
angels singing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All I think about every day is how I get my family back together and how I heal the pain that I've caused. I take accountability for my actions. New word alert, misactions. The one thing that all my successes and failures have in common is me. Let's start with A, alcohol. I would drink to take the stress away, to knock the edge off. Drinking affected my health and the health of people around me because I already had a hair-triggered temper and this just heightened it. B, episodes. I went into a manic episode in 2016 and I was placed under heavy medication. Since then, I went on and off the medication, which left me susceptible to other episodes, which my wife and family and fans have had to endure.
This was a very effective video, indicated by the fact that on Saturday morning, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian were spotted breakfasting together at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Also, it's Endgame, right? Think about it this way.
While you do this, I'm going to do something.
Yeah, there's no man out there that can compete with Pete Davidson's Lusitania. Like, you just can't. He's got that in his pants.
Right.
And it is rocking and rolling.
Do you think the notoriety about Pete Davidson is
making him nuts?
What's made Ye get all,
Oh yeah, I think any man would feel
concerned
that
again.
way.
I don't
think
know.
it's-
I don't think he's got a thing. I don't think having the attention put on Ye is important to Ye.
Right. Okay. That answers the question. Amen. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, let us close with this. Mike, are you still listening to WSMN 1590 in Nashua, New Hampshire?
I've got it on my preset.
I know
I've
you
got
do.
it on my preset
You have
right
to
now
wait
on
till
my
the sun
Samsung
goes
phone.
down, right? You have to wait till the sun goes down before the
Absolutely. It comes in loud and clear.
I love a well-planned prank phone call. This is a straight-laced talk show call-in. I forget the lady's name, but this guy in his question works in 20 different punk rock band names in one question. And let's close with this because I applaud this guy.
Enough of that Fugazi. A lot of these people, they just got bad brains, and they're misfits who wave black flags. They're practically anti-flag. I think we need to converge and help the youth of today. Every time you blink, 182 kids, they go missing. We need to rise against, or, they're going to have to deal with the fallout, boy.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go catch some real big fish. I hope you guys...
Are you going to eat that really big fish for your Thanksgiving meal?
Well, not if it tastes rancid.
Okay. Enjoy your day.
Newfound glory to you guys.
See you,
Thank
Bill.
you. Bye-bye.
What was his plug at the end? What was the plug?
Newfound Glory.
Which is a band.
Yeah, it
Right?
is.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
do
I
love
didn't
the
hear
fact when he says, we got to deal with the fallout, boy.
Boy, yeah, every day 182 in the blink. That's awesome. I
That's
like that.
downtown.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I got to do it. Oh, that's the closer.
Now leaving SoundCloud.
That's it. Sorry.
Come again.
I'll figure it out.
We'll get there.
I'll figure it out. I promise you. We got to get out of here. I'm going to go continue not to eat and try to detox.
12:40, Mike. 12:40.
Tatiana, you treat your brother better.
Yes.
All right? That's from me. Coming to me. And happy post-Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great holiday. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow, everybody. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, Blink 182.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Gonads are useful for their purpose, but they are no substitute for brains.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.